This is Ryan Elliott for ID Boxing. We're in Abu Dhabi. Delighted to be joined by WBA light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol. Dmitry, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, we were waiting to hear who your opponent would be. We know Eddie was pushing Joshua-Usyk. We know the WBA said you had to fight Ramirez. Did it matter to you who you fought? Did you just want to fight?
I wanted to fight against Ramirez couples years ago, and is it good that we can make this fight on November 5th? Of course, it wasn't be in our plan on November 5th, but I'm glad.
You mentioned it there. You've talked about fighting Ramirez previously. He has called your name for a long time as well. You both wanted this fight a long time. What do you make of him as a fighter?
Что мне сделать? Of course, I respect him because he was the champion in super middleweight. He's tall. He has a lot of experience. I respect him like a boxer, and this is good experience for me to fight against the guy like Ramirez. And I'm glad.
You are fighting a southpaw. You haven't fought a southpaw for a while, but earlier in your career, you did fight a few southpaws. How do you find fighting against southpaw fighters? Do you enjoy it?
It just I just need sparrings against southpaw, and I will have sparrings because we have 2 months for preparing for this fight.
He's very big, Gilberto Ramirez. He came into the ring at 204 pounds for his last fight. Do you expect him to try and impose his size and his weight on you in this fight?
Он большой, 204 паунда весил в последнем бою. Ты думаешь, он будет пытаться размерами как-то поддавить тебя?
No, yeah, he's big and it's too much weight, of course, for light heavy. But sometimes it's plus, sometimes it's minus. If you are big, maybe you are a little bit slower, but doesn't matter. The main thing that we will be the same. We will show the same weight before the day before the fight.
It's been nearly 4 months since you fought Canelo. On the microphone after you won, you said, "Sorry, Eddie, for ruining your plans." Immediately after the fight, did you think it would be an immediate Canelo rematch, or did you think Canelo would go and fight Golovkin anyway?
It was a little bit joke, that I said that. But to be honest, for me, it doesn't matter what he will gonna do. It's I'm focused on my career. Now I have Ramirez. I have to win him, and then we will see rematch. Okay, no problem, rematch. Maybe another fights. We will see.
That's where I was coming on to. Canelo had his media day a couple of days ago, and he was talking about whether he would fight the winner of this fight. He doesn't want to fight Ramirez, and he said he was still undecided on rematching you. Is that all in the back of your mind, though, with this fight in mind?
Канело на днях сказал, что он говорит, я не хочу драться с Рамиросом, и еще думаю, драться или дам ли я реванш, Дмитрию Биволу. Как-то это тебя заводит или нет? Скажи, что ты должен вообще-то дать.
No, it's not. I'm not thinking about rematch. It's it depends on me. Do I want to give him rematch or no? I won first fight, but now I don't think about rematch. I think about only November 5th.
With that in mind, I know you have this fight to get out of the way with, but if next year you had to fight one of Beterbiev or Canelo, which fight would you prefer?
Of course, I prefer fight against Beterbiev because he has a three belts in my weight class. This is the fight what I want.
We're expecting Beterbiev to fight Anthony Yarde from the UK. How do you see that fight going?
Yarde is good fighter. He's strong, but Beterbiev, I think it's more stronger. It's interesting fight.
A few things away from boxing I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask you about your childhood and your love of Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I heard you watched Jackie Chan and that made you want to do martial arts and then boxing. Tell me a bit about that.
I think you know everything what I told before about Jackie Chan and martial arts. I just wanted to fight like Jackie Chan because I loved watched movies with him, and he was funny person. He has a good skills, and и в то же время он сильный, но он несет добро какое-то.
At the same time, even though he's strong, he always brings a lot of kindness and a lot of good.
You tried martial arts first, but why did boxing stick? Why did you love boxing as a child?
Because I didn't use my legs, first of all, and second, because boxers had much more competitions, and the boxing is Olympic game sport. It means that government more help for boxing than martial arts, which are not Olympic games sport.
You were received recently by the president of Kyrgyzstan. What was that like? That must have been a big honor for you.
Of course, it's a big honor for me because I born in Kyrgyzstan. I love this country, and I spent 11 years since I born there. And he invited me, and he said me that he's proud that guy from Kyrgyzstan won fight against Canelo and something like that. No.
I wanted to ask you about your heritage, your mother, Korean heritage, but from Kazakhstan, your father, Moldovan, and you mentioned you grew up in Kyrgyzstan as well. What was that mix of cultures like for you growing up?
You know, I born in USSR. To be honest, my mother born in Kazakhstan. It's USSR. Father in Moldova, USSR, and I born in Kyrgyzstan. And I knew only Russian language, and what means that for me, just a mix of all nationalities, and you know, I feel myself like I'm a person for я человек мира, я чувствую себя, что я.
A person that's from this world, and everybody's united.
The final one from me. I know how much your family mean to you, but I read somewhere they don't watch your fights. Your partner, your mum, they don't watch you fight live. Why is that?
I ask my mom and my wife don't watch my fight because everything could happen in the fight, and I don't wanna know that they can see if something bad happened. I just don't wanna this.
Have that in the back of my mind, basically. Yeah, to worry about it.
Right, Dmitry, thank you very much for making time for ID Boxing, and good luck with the fight.
Thank you.